every year somebody's adding more newscasts. WGN just added a bunch of newscasts. A couple of stations added weekends newscasts a couple of months ago. So, you know, the workload is still there. As far as resume and stuff, you know, you got to send it out. You got to be smart. I mean, what I always tell the interns that we have in is, majority of the interns that come into our station want to be on air. Okay, I get it. I mean, that's the glory. That's getting your face on TV. That's where the big money is. I get all that stuff. You got to have a couple different resumes. I mean, you got to be able to show if you're a talent, if you want to be a reporter, you got to have a reporter resume or tape. You know, showing what you can do in a package, what you can do on set. If you're going for play-by-play, people don't really care what your reporting skills are. You know, they want to see play-by-play stuff. So you may have multiple resumes, multiple reels that you can present depending on the job that you're applying for. So I am, my title is Executive Sports Producer. We have a staff of 4 full-time sports folks. I've got Luke Canellis, and our reporter right now is Evan Fitzgerald. Our full-time reporter just left to go to Channel 7 a couple weeks ago. So I've got a anchor, a reporter, and then it's myself, and I have another producer who covers weekends and helps with all of our daily stuff and our football shows and that. Basically what I do is I produce just about everything. I mean, between Ken and I, we produce every single thing that's sports related on the show from our newsroom. So that's our sportscasts at night on our 9 o'clock news. We do the final word on Sunday nights at 10 o'clock. It's a half-hour show. We do season year-round. I produce that. We have a Bears pregame show we do during the football season. Ken and I both take care of that. We have some postgame shows for some Bears games depending on the schedule. We do that. And we have a number of specials that we do primarily with the Bears. Preseason, mid-season, postseason specials. So anything Bears related that's done locally is my responsibility. I wouldn't let anything like that ever stop you though, ever, for anything. You know, if they're asking for 1 year experience and you've got 6 months, what do you got to lose? You know, I mean, all those things are in there to try to keep everyone from applying. But if you're close enough to the requirements, why not give it a shot? Doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, I mean, you know, obviously I don't interview a ton of folks like you coming right out of school because, you know, I'm usually looking for somebody with a little bit more experience. But I mean, I've hired some, you know, actually one of my part-timer right now that I use was pretty much fresh out of Michigan State and had very little experience. I don't really look at resumes other than for your name. I mean, I make sure I know that you know what you're doing, but more important to me is what's on your reel. I want to make sure that you know how to put a package together. I want to make sure you know how to cut highlights. If you do a show, I want to see the show and the open and how it flows into the first block and, you know, that type of thing. That's what I care about. I mean, that you were part of Sigma Phi, I don't care. I don't care that you worked at McDonald's, you know, flipping burgers, or, you know, an Applebee's waitress. I mean, that's great that you're getting that experience and that you're working and you're not sitting at home playing video games. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to television, I'm hiring you because of what you know and what you can do, not what's on your resume. Well, ideally, if you're applying for a sports job, I'd love to see your sports stuff. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to look at what you have. This is just me talking. There'll probably be others in the world who say that I don't know what I'm talking about, which is probably true. But I will never look at more than 10 minutes of your resume tape. So if you do an hour resume tape, you're wasting your time because no one's got time to look at an hour worth of material. I barely have time to look at 10 minutes. So you better dazzle me in the first 10 minutes. Whatever it is, whether it's writing, you know, a package, if it's a music video, I mean, it doesn't mean you aren't qualified to do sports because you happen to be working in music video prior to that. I'm not going to hold that against you. If you create a kick-ass music video that's got really great production value and was written well, I mean, it's going to get my attention. But you better do it in 10 minutes. Right.